You're tuned into the New Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon at BringingDownTheBand.com and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, and Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the New Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
Episode 169 of the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7. I make beats from time to time. They seem to come out pretty good whenever I focus on them.
That's cool.
They say so. I feel you. I appreciate that. At least you honest. Across the table, as always, able to professor at Decademics, DJ School, music producer, and also founder of Bringing Down the Band, my man Lonegevity.
Yo.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you as always.
You too.
Yes, sir. Across the table, rocking that Adidas, fresh to death as always. DJ extraordinaire, CEO of Printfinity, and also long-time contributor to BringingDownTheBand.com, my man DJ Jay Diff.
Salutations.
What's happening, man?
What's good, man?
Got your starter kit?
I just got a little stain.
Okay, about a half, 3/4 a kit, half kit.
Yeah, half a kit.
Yeah, that
They
full.
took my stain. Have you ever watched
that full boy? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ever watched House?
No.
Really? Well, damn. All right.
Sorry.
Well, there's an episode of House where one guy he like falls down, but because he fell down, he had some brain thing, and everything that he says is not what he actually says. And he kept saying, "They took my stain." I just watched it like yesterday, so that's why. They took my stain.
Curb Your Enthusiasm started back
They took
up.
my stain.
Yeah.
Perhaps I have to look that up. Send me links.
Yeah.
You've never seen Curb Your or watched that either?
No, but I hear people talk about it. You just got hype about it coming back on, so it must be something that I'm clearly missing.
It's good.
So I'm going to check it out.
It's from the writer of Seinfeld.
Okay.
Larry David.
Larry David.
Seinfeld was getting that paper. To my immediate left, DJ extraordinaire, avid Chicago sports fanatic. He is the CEO of his own life, the incomparable DJ Spoolz.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you as always.
Likewise, man.
You fooled me, man. I thought you had a Colts hat on for a second, but then I was like, nah.
No, sir, I don't.
Spoolz wouldn't do that. Maybe when Peyton goes to the Hall of Fame, you'll rock
Peyton
one.
Manning will have nothing to do with whether or not I wear a Colts hat. Believe.
Where'd you pull that from?
I'm just saying. I know he don't like Masterpiece, so I figured I'd say that.
Oh.
That's for another time, though. We'll do that another time. Yeah.
You don't have to elaborate.
I feel you.
It's cool. Take your word for it.
There you go. But you good, Spoolz?
I'm well, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I cannot complain. On the couch as well, former radio personality, master of ceremonies, voice of Indianapolis, Kansas City Mac. Jay Moore is in the building. As always, how are you, sir?
Doing well, doing well.
Good to see you. Out there in them streets getting that paper. I see
I'm doing the best I can. I get a check here and there.
Yeah, you sounded real grown when you said I'm doing the best I can. That's an adult response right there. I like that.
He keeping his head above water.
Yeah, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah.
Treading.
No, man.
Scratching and surviving.
That's keeping your head above water.
No, it's not.
Treading water? It's
No.
not?
This
Okay.
This is about. This is not that, man. This is good time. You know what he? Oh my goodness,
Man, you did it.
I did. I set myself up.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he walked right into that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
It's all good.
Hanging in a chow line.
Yeah, shout out to the lyrics, man. Like, there's been a myth about those lyrics, but I'm gonna go with hanging in a child line, like Spoolz said. I think that works.
You can look it up on the internet.
I mean, on the internet. Oh, on the internet. Thank you.
No.
I think that was in the right key. Sound about right. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps.
Challenge sounds just like toilet, though, when they sing it.
Hanging in
my
a
opinion.
toilet?
I know it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
but
that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, but the key that it's in,
Yeah.
it's just like, you know, when you watch those, when they dub over the sports people talking,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't make any sense, but it looks like that's what they're saying.
So you think that's what it sounded like, hanging in the toilet? Yeah. That changed a little bit. That changed some things for the show.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Check it out for yourself.
Yeah. That was,
Just think about it next time you hear it.
you remember Ned the Wino?
Yeah.
Do I remember Ned? I don't know.
I'm going to see where you at. Ned the Wino, real quick before we get into the rundown.
Needle nose Ned?
Huh? Stop.
Ned the
man.
Head?
Ned the Head.
Ned the Wino was also on another
Ned
show.
got the shingles real bad.
Stop. Hey, Ned the Wino.
Shingles.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna hold on, Jay Moore.
That's what you get if you don't vaccinate.
Ned the Wino was somebody else.
Bing!
Bada boom, bada bing.
What show? What other show was Ned the Wino on? You don't even know the character. Come on now.
Good time. I mean, what am I talking about? Sanford and Son.
There we go.
Yep.
Good job.
He was Aunt Esther's husband.
Yeah.
I don't remember him on Good Times though. For some
I mean, he
reason.
was in and out. You know what I'm saying? He was.
He
usually,
came through.
He was usually split.
You know,
Okay.
he came through James's repast at the Evans home.
Yeah.
He was drunk.
Yeah.
Split. He was Uncle Woodrow on Sanford and Son though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stop laughing at Sanford and Son, Long.
Actually, they want you to laugh at Sanford and Son. It was a comedy.
Yeah.
No, he Long trying to play Sanford and Son. No, don't do that.
Well,
Great show.
You know, Red Fox bailed Mr. Miyagi out.
That's
but
not his
Jam-
name.
I
But
mean, I
feel
know.
you.
Pat Morita.
Thank
Pat
you.
Morita.
Yeah, he gave him some paper.
Yeah.
He
Broke
spoke
him off.
spoke highly of him. Yeah.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
There's an interview
And
where
he was
talks
in
about
the jam and him and Red were friends, and he broke him off some bread. Told him he didn't owe him nothing.
He just said you have to pay this forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, which actually that says a lot about him that he was just like, yo, I'm gonna cut this check. Just do it for somebody else. Like that's tough.
I'm sure when he got in tax trouble, he was like, look
See?
here.
Yeah, Red went through
Now's a
some
good time.
You just did that Karate Kid movie, so
And they about to take my house, so holla at your boy.
yeah. Can we make good on that?
He said, you just did that Karate Kid movie. Yo, classic. All right.
Couple of them.
Couple of, what, three? Yeah, three of them. Three of them. The tree, all three of them.
y'all.
The one with Will Smith's son, I thought that was trash.
Nah, it actually was pretty decent.
It wasn't up to par with the rest of them.
I mean, is any of these movies when they remake a classic up to par with the original?
I mean, it wasn't Three Ninjas.
No.
So
they should
The
stop.
first Three Ninjas actually was good.
It wasn't
Tum
Three
Tum.
Ninjas Kick
Wow.
Back.
Well, yeah.
And you know what? That's a good question. Any remake that was at least close to, you might be right.
Amityville Horror
Yeah.
is probably on par with the original.
The Carrie one was decent.
Okay.
Carrie one was okay. Yeah, I agree. It was decent.
I don't think
You
I've
know-
seen the Carrie remake.
So you think Amityville knocked it out the park in terms of getting
Amityville
close?
was pretty damn close. It was
Okay.
actually more creepy.
Okay.
You know what was better than I
seen
expected
that.
was the remake of Superfly that came out a couple years ago.
I still haven't seen that.
I saw that.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
you know, because I'm such a fan of the original, but it was actually pretty good. Shout out to Indianapolis' own Trevor Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, I actually hate every single remake.
Every
But
single remake.
There is one I would actually be curious in seeing, and that would be just because I think that I think it could have been done better.
What's that?
All things considered, The Shining.
Hey, no, Dr.
Really?
Sleep is very good.
I do. I think the ending,
follow up to it.
I think just the way they connected everything, like it's a brilliant, like it's brilliantly done, and it's unique. But if it was redone in the right way, I feel like the storyline would have been connected a little
It
better.
definitely leaves some holes. But have you seen Dr. Sleep yet?
No,
It's very good.
Spoolz, you said really? Did you?
I mean it's a
I like-
classic.
I like The
It's
Shining.
It's a classic
Okay.
Stanley
Yeah.
Kubrick film.
In part,
I mean,
well, Kubrick also took his own route with some of that shit.
Oh, okay.
He didn't necessarily stick to Stephen King's
yeah, it's based off his book.
scripts.
Did y'all peep the Pet Cemetery? Did y'all watch
Remake?
y'all see
No.
that one?
They remade it?
Yeah.
No,
I
haven't
didn't
seen
know
that.
they did that.
Pet
Yeah.
Cemetery 2 was so damaging as a child. I don't know if they can.
Hey,
It was
was.
it was one of those fucked up movies when I was like, oh shit.
It
Like,
was
Yeah.
fucked up.
the remake though. I'm not gonna like if y'all see it,
Baby
stream
getting
it or
killed by
whatever.
a
Nah,
truck.
I ain't fuck with it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I didn't like Pet Cemetery as a kid, like you said. I didn't like Poltergeist. It was certain movies I didn't fuck with, and I'm still
Was
won't
that Craig
fuck
T?
with. I'm just saying.
Craig T. Nelson?
Yeah,
Poltergeist?
Yeah.
That's tough.
it was shit on there that bothered me
Carol
tremendously.
Ann?
Where that the damn
Welcome to
clown
the
ended
light.
up under the damn bed and shit.
Hey man, I just
Cool.
saw a factoid about Poltergeist. Did you know that in one of the scenes they're like wading around in some bones? They're actually real human bones.
Real
What?
skeletons.
Wow.
Skeletons or something?
Yeah, and I was like, where does one procure
Procure.
Apparently, they were
skeleton.
cheaper than fake ones.
Yeah.
And
What? So
And then after that, like,
That's
did
interesting.
you know 4 of the cast members died in the next
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
4
The little
years?
girl
Are you
died.
serious?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
hold up. So wait. So they went. Where do you go cop
Human bones.
skulls? Like
You know what's funny is that
I don't know.
used to be like a thing back in the day, man. People would rob graves to like sell the bodies to scientists and different
No
people
shit.
like that. It was like a thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
man, that's crazy, man.
I don't
We
know
go-
if that's. I don't
We're
think.
gonna save some money on this film. Let's run to Walmart and cop 200
I
skulls.
don't know if Walmart was the spot.
Yeah, I don't know if they sell real skeletons at Walmart.
I don't
They-
know, man.
They have a lot of shit, but
They price match the skeletons.
yeah. See, no, it's cheaper here.
It's $9.98 versus
Mm-hmm.
$9.99.
Mm.
Save
Man, that's
yourself a
crazy,
penny.
man. Save yourself a couple dollars on
A
them,
penny saved is a penny earned.
especially on them skeletons. That's
God damn it.
crazy, man.
Especially on
skeletons.
skeletons.
Yeah.
That's tough. All right. Let's see. So Marshall is back in the news.
Oh, joy.
Stop,
In the
man.
news.
Yeah, for his music, and he dropped the album called "Music to Be Murdered By." Music to Be Murdered By. It's his 11th studio album. Has Young M.A, Black Thought, Ed Sheeran, Q-Tip, Anderson .Paak. The late Juice WRLD was on there as well. I think production, Denon Porter, M was all over it. Dr. Dre.
And none of them saved it.
Huh? Hold on, man.
Royce.
Royce actually, shout out to Royce too for getting production credit. I think that's dope that he actually got production credit.
Did he produce the joint that he put out with
The
him
single.
and West Side Gun?
Overcome, or is that what,
Yeah.
no, something like
Yeah.
that?
Because that wasn't good.
We'll
and
get-
I
wanna
like
get
Royce.
to that.
And I
yeah,
like Royce a lot.
I like Royce too.
But the drum programming
Trash.
hurt it.
Here's the thing though. So here's what Royce said about from a production standpoint. He said a beat maker just makes really, really dope beats. He said, I have no desire to be a beat maker. I want to produce. He said, I want to produce. And this is what he told Billboard. He said, I've been doing that with Slaughterhouse. I've been arranging my whole career, writing for other people. And now I'm just, concentrating on my forces is what he said.
Next evolution.
I'm not mad at that though.
I'm
think
not
that's
either.
dope.
I'm not either at all.
I didn't, going into listening to the album, I did not know that Royce had production. So when I went back and looked through it, I'm like, that's a win right there. Like, I'm not mad at that because, he's taking the time. Like, I've heard of Royce, messing around with beats, but not to this extent. But for him to get a placement.
I've never heard that. But if you go back and listen to old Slaughterhouse stuff, you can tell that Royce was writing those songs because he's doing the choruses on like everything.
Yeah.
It's like I went back and listened recently to a couple of their albums. I was like, it's amazing how Royce is. Maybe it's just because I know what it's like to do an album and then with somebody and do all that and then just fit them in spots.
Yep.
I was like, oh, he's doing the same shit I used to do.
Yeah, I'm not mad
It's
at
like-
Royce. That's actually impressive when you think about it because the Darkness joint, that was the one, I think when the album came out, that came out with the video.
I don't mind that one.
You don't mind that one? Okay. So
I
let's get
think
into
the concept is nice on that song.
Yeah.
I think the concept is dope as well. But for the album overall, I just think, we've talked about this before in terms of this era with the length of albums. It's 20 tracks. I thought it started off rolling, in my opinion. The intro was cold. The Young M.A song was cold to me. The Juice WRLD record was cold. But it kind of started to get stale a little bit as it continued to, you get around towards the middle. There's one joint at the end, towards the end with Slaughterhouse and the one with Black Thought. Those were cold. But overall, I can't honestly say that I think the album is whack. Like, I don't feel like the album is whack. Now, it
It's
might
better
not be,
than his last two.
Yeah, it might not have 8 joints on my playlist, might not have that, but I can't honestly say that I think this album is whack. What do you think, sir?
I've come to the conclusion that I just don't like Eminem.
That's fair. I respect that.
And so, like, listening to the music, I can't say that the songs were garbage or anything like that. But even just streaming them, I just can't get into him. I just don't like his music. I don't know what it is about it necessarily. He just doesn't make anything that I want to listen to. And that's fine. I listened to this one because I saw the features on it. Like,
Right.
I was like, ooh, Royce and Black Thought. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. I think it's his voice too. I don't know. I just can't connect with him, but it's what it is.
I mean, that's, it's your opinion. I respect it. What you think, Jay Diff?
I can dig it. Eminem, it's I don't think it was a bad release. It's more the novelty of it though. The entertaining factor is listening how he puts words and shit together.
Right.
It ain't nothing that I'm going to ride around listening to on a regular basis. It's good for a listener to just like it's just that rhyme scheme that he does and how he bends words and shit. I think that shit's pretty good. But like some of the choruses were rather corny. And that Stepdad song makes me laugh when it comes to the chorus.
Oh man,
that's just hilarious to me for some reason. I don't know why.
It's a real serious song, man.
It's a serious song, but
like
it's
Jay Moore right now.
No, it's the chorus though.
It's the hook does it.
The hook, man, makes me laugh.
I mean, that's a deep topic though, brother.
They don't have any jams.
No.
See, I disagree, man. I
The
like
Darkness is dope. The first song on there with
Jam?
Young M.A. is dope.
Here's
song with
I feel like I
what's
will.
the name with the group
close.
of everybody on there.
Yeah.
That one's dope with the who did he sample on there? Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah,
that one's
yeah.
dope.
I like that. I think I don't think I have to pull it up. But the Young M.A. joint, I like that joint. I like the one with Juice WRLD on the hook. If I was to pick two records where I say, I might put those somewhere, in a playlist or whatever, I might pick those two and just add them to something. Like I said, Eminem is not someone that's going to dominate my personal playlist. But just from a standpoint of the actual album, it was solid to me. Like I wouldn't completely dismiss it like I would some of the other stuff that he's put out. Spoolz, did you get a chance to run it, or you still?
I listened to some of the songs, and I was clearly kind of like mocking him earlier, But like I feel somewhat similar to Sean. We were talking about this before the show. Like I'm not going to listen to it again.
Okay,
but it's not like bad. He just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, that's
if I were like an angsty 17-year-old or something like that.
Played a lot of Call of Duty and drank Monster Energy drinks.
Wow.
Yell at your girlfriend at the mall. This is the perfect soundtrack for that.
Yeah. So, but he's still very obviously he's very good at what he does, like you guys were saying before. And
Extremely
some of the songs,
level.
they were okay, but I just don't. He's just, I don't know. Just doesn't do it for me.
Yes, I fucking hate my stepdad.
Come on, man. Don't do that, man. don't do that. You really on your Jay Moore shit tonight, man.
Swear to God,
you messing up the bag right now on the low. You messing the bag up right now.
I fucking hate my stepdad.
You messing the bag up right now.
No,
I swear to you didn't think that.
Can we all agree that Ed Sheeran song is just awful? Eminem rhyming about going to the club is nothing I ever want to hear again.
Whenever Spoolz laughed this hard, I know something really went over very well. But you messing the bag up right now with this.
What bag is he messing up?
Yeah,
There's a lot of people out there that love their stepfathers.
That's cool. They can like it.
Did you not listen to the song?
Yeah.
He's stupid. Ooh, go ahead, man. That's
hate my stepdad.
Yeah. This will be cut up and put into something. I already know that. But nah, man. Woo. I guess I'll be in the minority on this one. I thought it was, I'll be the minority on this one, but I thought he had some joints on there, man. Stop, man.
She said. He said.
Well, already off to a great start on this one. I think we get one area of the world that we've just offended the last probably 4 or 5 shows. So hey man, it is what it is, man.
Not even 20 minutes in.
Yep, already. On that bullshit. Okay, so that didn't go how I planned, but it's hilarious.
It is. When this is over, we're going to collectively listen to that song.
Yeah, we can do that. But overall, man, I didn't think it was that bad, man. Like I think
it's not that bad.
I think it's become cool to not y'all opinions are explained. you and Spoolz, your opinions are explained a lot better than.
Thanks for
people.
validating me.
Yeah, I got to because what I'm saying is there's so many.
Yeah.
It's cool to
Yeah.
hate on Eminem. It's cool to hate on Eminem. Oh, it's trash. It's
Well,
trash.
they're the ones that's supposed to like Eminem, right?
Thank you. They're supposed to, but they don't. But they're honest about it. Like it's become cool to just hate on Eminem. I'm like, fam, even if it might not be for you. Both of y'all have said he's still nice. He's dope. It's just the music. It's not for you, and that's fine. I can respect that. But when I start hearing people say Eminem is trash as an MC, he can't rap and this and that, I'm like,
He can rap his ass off.
Come on,
It's
man.
just putting something together that you're going to want to enjoy at any given time of day, or
Yeah, at any time of the day.
yeah, you have to.
Let me ask you this.
There's just a lot of anger
Yeah,
in it. You know what I mean? And,
aggression.
like,
Yeah,
appreciate him using maybe music to get that out. or
He's
whatever.
been bombing Saddam Hussein for fucking 2 decades now.
See,
Because I was bombing Assam and a condom.
come on, man.
With a condom. I had a condom.
And he dissed
Anaconda.
Stop.
Got an anaconda.
Oh my God. He dissed Lord Jabbar. I
we
figured
must
that
have-
was coming. He dissed him.
Oh, on the last track, yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that he had everybody on Slaughterhouse except Joe Budden. That was funny. I laughed at that.
Joe Budden
pretty
will tell
funny.
you he's retired, so.
Yeah. But I know purposely he did that just to omit Joe and
Do you think, or do you think he just didn't care?
I don't know, man. Like I don't know what the severity of their.
I mean, if
clashing
Joe doesn't
is.
rap anymore, why does it matter?
I don't know, but I could see Joe. He might not say it, but I could see Joe possibly being in his feelings. Like, man, they got the whole crew on there, and they, you know what I mean? I don't know. He could
That's
be.
too much like Vlad TV drama.
Oh, I see. I see what you did there. So, did you have parents, or let's see? Were you
I had a
raised-
stepdad.
So when you got out of jail,
welcome to Vlad TV. So, where's your mom? That's how it'd be like. Did you have parents?
I think she's with.
So tell me about your stepdad. Oh my God! All
He
right.
just wants to shove his penis in my mom.
Oh my God.
so the beatings.
That's pretty much what he said.
So tell me about that time you were in. They put you in the hole. Oh my God, man. Flab you that bullshit.
Did y'all check out the
Unbelievable.
Nick Cannon? His shit dropped Friday as well.
No, I don't
Yeah,
look
sorry,
for
I
Nick
didn't have
Cannon.
time for that.
What did he drop now? He's still battling himself.
Hey,
I killed myself on that last one. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna try to kill myself again. What is he doing, man? What did he drop? I'm sorry.
he dropped that album.
He dropped an album.
Does he
Hold
rap?
on, let me
I'm confused.
look
What does
that
Nick
up.
Cannon do?
He's a great
I think he
entrepreneur.
just does
but-
everything.
I thought he was like a host and
Remember
just
Gigolo?
actor or something. Or?
Hey, he's a great entrepreneur. I ain't gonna knock him for
Yeah,
that
he's
now.
he's solid as
Yeah.
he's on all his P's and Q's.
Yeah,
of
his
course.
business game is
But
hot.
does
all
he-
that shit.
Was he known for a rapper though? I mean,
Hell no.
Because the first
Nah,
time I
he
saw
was-
him, he was on like MTV or something.
He was Nickelodeon first, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Generally, kids that got that Nickelodeon bread out the gate are doing pretty fucking good.
But did he rap? He didn't have a rap career. He was just involved in a lot of rap shit.
No,
He
he
had a rap career.
dropped some albums.
I
like
mean, Gigolo.
Yeah, Gigolo with R. Kelly.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, man. So it says Nick his 2003 Nick Cannon self-titled. It says white people party music 2014.
We can
Yeah.
move on.
Huh?
Yeah, we go, I don't see nothing else about what else he dropped.
What?
So those are his two albums that are listed on.
The album is called White
White-
People Party
that was
Music?
2014.
Yeah, it never came out.
Yeah.
Oh.
2014. I think he said 2003.
Nah, the first one was back then, but yeah, 2014, white people party music or something like that. Yeah,
Nah, it was before that shit.
Jay Moore probably know the singles off that one.
Let's see if you're doing your Googles right.
Let's see. Go ahead. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
pull it, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
2014, 2003. those
I
are
don't
his
care
two
about Nick
albums.
Cannon. Does anybody care about Nick Cannon's discography?
Nah, Gigolo
He's
was
going to be an indie. He's going to
For what?
Wild
he's
now.
gonna-
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
He's
that.
doing his show here.
Oh yeah. You're wilding out. Okay, I get
the
it.
wilding out
I
stuff.
get it.
I like Wild Now. I think it's
Like if he was telling me he was
clever.
coming here to perform, I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
I haven't watched MTV since 1999.
Hey, what venue would Nick Cannon come here to perform in?
Revel.
Wow.
Nah, Nick Cannon he can probably get
No, he can fill a
Probably the
venue
Vogue.
with wilding
Yeah.
out.
Vogue.
he can do more than the
No,
Vogue.
I'm talking about as a rapper.
As
No,
a rapper.
no, that's different.
Nah.
I don't know. Maybe not. He's gonna do. Never mind.
All right, man.
Stop leading me down this path.
I'm trying, man.
Do it.
No, I'm trying. All
Don't
right.
fuck
It's
around
called
with it.
the miseducation of the Negro you love to hate.
What?
Volume 1. So that means there's something else to follow.
You're going to continue. to
7
hang out.
songs.
Yeah, I'm good.
More to come.
Yeah, I'm cool.
So it's an ep.
Yeah, I'm real cool on that. So good luck to him though.
Check
but
it out.
I'm-
You might like it.
Nah,
Maybe
I'm
it's great.
I might try it. I'll
For
give- I'll
somebody.
do my due diligence to listen, but I
Give
think I'm
give
cool.
him give him a spin, man.
Yeah, I'll give him a spin.
I won't.
Let's shout out our partners real quick.
You might
while we
have
got
on a
it.
turban.
We might not. Shout out to Dr. Coleman, located in Broad Ripple here in Indianapolis. 317-255-8546. I should know that number by now. Bringing down the band as always is the hub where you can find all information, all things new old heads, as well as new music, etc., etc.,
We
etc.
need like funny piano music that goes on every week.
Make sure you go to search for Bringing Down the Band on YouTube and subscribe. Also hit the bell for notifications. So when we put that new heat up, stuff from the episodes as well, you will get notified when that drops. Shout out to Indie CD and Vinyl as well, one of our newer partners. They provide us with a lot of wax for our raffles and things that we give away on our Patreon, which you can do as well. Patreon.com/New Old Heads. And No Bad Ideas. If you look around the set, you will see book bags, hats, and all that type of stuff. They have been rocking with us since day one, so we really
Here's a
appreciate
hat.
them. There's a hat. Nice. It's cold enough for that, as a matter of fact. Gotta watch Terry though.
Tis is.
He might. Jay Diff might.
What might you do?
And shout out to Printfinity. Shout out to Printfinity as well. Jay Diff is the CEO of that company, so they got some great things with some
He
great
didn't say,
artists
he just
playing.
rolled his eyes.
Yeah, he rolled his
I just
eyes.
told
I
Mike
saw
that
it.
once you have kids, your fuse gets a little shorter.
I can tell. Yeah.
ain't trying to go for no bullshit, man.
Yeah, man. Get
Who's
to
got-
it.
Who's got time for that, man? Really
Everybody's
time
got
for that
time.
shit.
gonna argue with you.
Do it
Right.
we say do it expeditiously, right?
Don't fuck around with it. Go on and do it expeditiously.
Yeah, felt.
It's a laser beam.
But yeah, man, we appreciate all the partners that have partnered up with us to this point. You know,
Ooh,
anybody
a lot
else?
of peas.
A lot of people.
Popping peas. Polish your pistol, prepare for battle, pass the pump.
Ooh.
When I get
Okay.
to popping, niggas is dropping and they done.
Okay.
All
Reference.
right.
Oh,
You
man.
will put me on the spot.
I don't know. I failed.
I failed.
Sorry, guys. This is a hip hop show.
It
Yeah,
is.
I know.
But you gonna put us on game though? Correct us?
I already said I lost.
Tupac.
Record, name it.
It's the beginning, the first song on Me Against the World.
Okay.
If I Die Tonight.
I got one. Gold, one in each finger.
Feeling Randy.
All right, man. Good call, by the way. That album was cold.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I thought this was interesting, and I'd be curious to see how the fallout from this. There was an interview with the Griselda crew, Elliot Wilson, B. Dot, and Conway basically called out like the core fan base, you know, and about what's real hip hop and
For
what's
being
not.
corny.
Huh?
For being corny
Let
about
me read
not.
it. Let me read it, and I'm gonna come to you.
Cool.
But one of the comments was, he says to me, he says to me that shit is fly, and that's in relation to a lot of the younger artists. He said, I'm fucking with the little homies, the Gunners, the Lil Babies, Polo G, Roddy Ricch, and then after that, West Side Gun added Trippie Redd into the mix as well. Conway went on to say, sometimes this shit is a hustle. That's what this music shit has become. You gotta be sharp, just a hustler and a go-getter. I like that attitude. I'm not the most lyrically inclined dude, but I'm gonna find a wave, a lane, fuck it. He says that's what a lot of these young dudes are doing, and I commend them for that. And then West Side Gun said he called out the fan base saying we respect all of them boys, but there's a lot of heads that fuck with us that be like, man, we don't fuck with them. That ain't real hip hop. He said, how are you going to say that's not real hip hop? So I see you's about to jump in, but I don't have a problem with them saying this. How did you take it? Because I know you's about
I
to
took
jump
it
in.
as truth because I mean honestly, even when people see the title of our show, The New Old Heads,
Right.
I think they just see the old heads portion and omit the new. New meaning that we have more of a newer outlook on a lot of this newer shit. Like I fuck with a lot of the new shit,
You
but
actually
I
put me
also
on Roddy
don't
Ricch.
fuck with a lot of the new shit too,
Right.
as well. But there comes a line of like being overtly corny about not fucking with new shit because you're so in tune with wanting to hear things the same way that you're used to hearing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there's not a lot of whack stuff out here or watered down, oversaturated, mimicky, copying everybody else.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely that going on. But if you're not searching for new sounds or appreciating new avenues of this art, then you're pretty much being a hindrance, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not mad at that. Spoolz, jump in. What's your take on Conway's Conway and actually
Well,
West Side Gun?
it's interesting, and it is true. I mean, I like those dudes a lot and have for a while, and I see that amongst other fans. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't have time to like dislike anyone that much. You know, it's like just and some of those cats that he mentioned, like I mean, like to me, I guess the older I get, the more and more I get or the more and more the whole what like this is real hip hop and this isn't argument is starting to get just a little older and just played out to me anymore. So
I agree.
Then you have the cats too that don't listen to any hip hop but Eminem, and then they call that the real hip hop that y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
True.
I mean, it's all to me. It's all hip hop. It's just whether or not it's good or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, and obviously one's personal taste goes into that a great deal. So, but no, I agree with what they said, and I totally feel that. So,
What you think, Lo?
I got lost in your reading, so I didn't hear the question.
Ain't that a bitch? Everybody else got.
So what was it? Something about
He's serious too. I thought he
He's
was
dead
trolling
serious.
for a
Yeah,
second.
he's dead serious.
So something about
I was trying to clean up the quotes, man. Some of
West
this
Side Gun
one
called out Griselda fans for being closed-minded,
Oh, okay.
basically saying
Got you.
West Side,
I
like
don't know.
their fans don't, their core fans don't appreciate or don't care about.
I think what it is that a lot of Griselda fans are older heads, and so we see it on our channel from time to time too. The older heads are just a lot of times bitter and old. Like they don't want to hear anything new unless it sounds like a specific thing. So I definitely think there's merit to it. Not everybody, but definitely there's a group of people that thinks hip hop is and should have been made a specific way, and anything outside of that is bastardizing it outside their little worldview. So yeah, I mean I agree with them, but it's not news to me.
Was that you or was that L. Brown that stated when they came to Chicago the one show, they actually were indifferent about Griselda because they wanted to see whoever the main act was. Who was that? Who was the one that was closing out that night?
closing out the
Who was the headliner?
Benny was the headliner that night.
No.
The night I was there.
Okay,
Are you talking about Trees?
No, in Chicago there was a show.
Oh, okay. The
Maybe,
one I,
maybe it was an earlier one.
it might have been an earlier one.
It
'cause
wasn't Benny.
the one I went to was Benny was the feature. That's the
Okay,
one I
it
went
must
to.
have been
Me
a
and Il
different-
Brown were at that one.
Okay, so who else performed at that show?
They had there's a guy I cannot call his name that travels with them. He usually opens. He'll do I don't know.
Is it El Camino?
It might be. I'm about to. I know him when I see him Spoolz, but I don't want to say the wrong thing.
So it might be a different time then, because I remember it must have been Ills that was talking about this. That stated something about some old heads were there, and they were pretty much ready to hear whoever.
Oh, it was the Locks.
Was it the Locks?
It was a different show. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
when they were there to open for the Locks
Yep.
reunion tour.
Yeah, and they wasn't trying to hear Griselda.
Mm.
So it's
I
funny.
remember
So
that.
now they've grasped onto Griselda, and now anybody, you know what I'm saying? That's whack.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like it's the same thing across the board with humans, man. Like in general, like, we don't like stuff unless other people like it. I don't know what that shit is. It's goofy, man.
I don't know if that's human.
Is it not?
I think I don't know. I would. That's that'd be an interesting like conversation to have.
I guess.
But like,
I mean, I'm not like that. I know you
I don't
guys
know if that's
aren't,
like
but-
not even close.
innate in us as people, or so much as it grows out of like things like the
People are
social
scared to like something
structures that
first.
we create for ourselves as human beings, like capitalism and different things like that.
Okay. How does that go into that though?
Into what you
Yeah.
into
What he said.
into what you like about. Say what you said again.
Shit.
I mean,
It got deep.
the basis of what you said.
Essentially that people don't like stuff until other people,
People like
stuff.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
So how would, like, in a society that values things the way that it does,
Okay.
because of capitalism at the end of the day,
Okay, now I'm following you. Yeah.
financially that often, occurs. Like, I want this fucking bag because this other person has this bag because it makes me look rich, even though I'm really not rich.
Right.
But that type of shit. You know what I mean? I don't know how much the cavemen looked at one person's rock back in the day and said, I want their rock and I have to have their
Right.
rock. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that is an interesting. I don't understand why that's a thing with music. I guess unless it's just a status type.
I think
thing.
it's because
heavy in
because the
music, too.
idea. I don't think this is solely it, but I think this has something to do with it. The idea of making music that is going to be around for a long time isn't as big of a deal as it used to be anymore. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but I think that definitely has something to do with it. It's all. Terry's called it microwave music before. It is. I mean, it's a lot of music that I won't say that. A lot of popular music
Or
that comes
moment
out.
music is
Yeah.
only good
Moment
for the
music.
moment.
Yeah.
But what's gonna be through your mind? Like I mean, like if you go to a show and you're going to see the Locks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And cool, there's these dudes on the bill that you don't know of. These Griselda dudes, who knows? And then probably some Chicago dudes open, I'm guessing as well. Was that the one with Noriega on it too? That was a different one.
I don't think Nori was with them.
That's a different one.
But they probably had a couple local acts.
But all right, cool. So they know the Chicago acts.
Yeah.
They don't know the Griselda acts. So because they don't know them, you don't like them. Like I don't know. It's just weird to me. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
When I
there's
was-
a lot of haterism to the point you made before, like in that older, I guess, crowd. You know what I mean? I don't
just-
know.
Or maybe too, it's they don't get out of the house as much, and maybe they just want to see the Locks too.
The
So
thing is, you also can just not like certain stuff if you want, like not have to talk about it all the time.
that's fair.
That's fair. When I was at the Benny show,
But what's the internet for? And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the Benny show there was a huge section of I think the fan base that we are describing there, right? Because that nostalgia feel, like that's, to me, that's the niche for them. Like there's a nostalgic sound to them, and it takes me back to, we're old enough to know, MOP and Woo and all that type of stuff. Like that sound, like some of that stuff that I hear, I think, it just comes across like, man, I remember how it used to be. So I can imagine of us being that way a little bit. Somebody that's like 5 or 6, maybe 7 years older than us, you can imagine like.
But if you was rocking to the Locks and you don't like how Griselda sounds,
Yeah, like I don't think they're far enough away. Like I see where you're going in terms of the Locks sound versus
that's just an
Yeah.
essence of being stubborn
yeah.
and purposely not wanting to like it because it came out within the past 5 years or so.
I don't know if it's purposely though.
I don't know.
It could be. It just could be. We have to remember, sometimes people just have opinions. Like they're strong and they're passionate about their opinions. There may not be a rhyme or reason or scheme or thought process behind it. It's just that's how they feel. But there might be a situation where some people that's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna hate for no reason just because. Right? Like it's a gray area to me because it's so subjective. Music is subjective. Everybody has a reason, you know what I'm saying, in their mind. Like, and you're not gonna be able to change it. Like it just is what it is.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
some people are just so stuck in the time period where they thought music was the best.
Right.
Like the same people who will say, "Oh, I wish it was back like it was in the '90s." They still didn't listen to the new Smith & Wesson Black Moon or Razzcast album that came out just in
Right.
2019.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they're just stuck And
There's
honestly,
a lot of that, man,
there's
I
only
think.
so much we can do for those people. Like they'll say, "Oh, I just wish it was the way it was back in the day." I was like, that time is never coming back. You don't feel the same. The people who made the music don't feel the same. Right. Enjoy that for what it was, but move on.
There's not a problem. I've had this conversation as well. There's not a problem with riding around and revisiting that era. Like it's
absolutely
like
I've
had people say, "Oh man, all you do is ride around listening to this and that." It's like it's not me riding around listening to music from the era that we grew up in just because I hate everything else. It's like some of the shit that we grew up on was dope, and I want to listen to it sometimes.
And do you think that's going to happen in 20 years with a lot of the music that's coming out now?
I mean, a lot of it is going to fade. That's why I say moment
for the kids
music.
who are listening to it in the same way that we. Yes,
yeah, I think the younger
some
generation.
of it. If
The younger
you were,
generation.
Do you think somebody's
18
going
to
to remember the
22.
first Trippie Red album
I do.
and remember writing
Trippie got a-
and
he
remember
got
their
a solid
times listening
following.
to? Did anybody listen to the whole album of Trippie? You know what I mean? Like I'm sure he has fans or whatever, but like I don't know, man.
Well, but
like,
people listen different now too. That's the it's
they don't buy
changed.
albums either. It may not latch on to them the same because they don't have that physical.
They might
connection
remember
with the
what he
music.
did online.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
they'll
he did-
definitely
what he did for clout.
Yeah, they'll
and
definitely
that's-
remember that.
And that's
yeah.
you're right, and that's different than like and that's I don't know. I kind of went back to what I was saying. Just
No, it does.
Like
it does.
the whole-
it's full circle. It's the Lion King.
I don't know. And maybe you're right, Jay Moore. Maybe people will, but
Because I don't know.
where were you when you heard?
Yeah,
I don't like.
right.
No, for real. Like there are people
That's
that
gonna
look
stay
at.
popular.
Yeah,
There are
That's-
people
that
who have a
specific song,
connection
yeah, or
to
another-
that. There are people who have connection to Crank That Soldier Boy that, of
Yeah.
course, I don't understand
That's
because
true.
I was too old for that by then.
right.
I realized that I had crossed a threshold the first time people were talking like that about Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Because I never thought
Yep.
he was trash, but I was like, you guys really think he's...
He's the greatest rapper
I was like-
alive.
I was like, something's changed, man.
And it was like mid-2000s,
But Wayne-
late 2000s.
No, but when I heard Lollipop and people were acting like, "Oh my God," I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
But of course, by that time, I was 35. I don't know.
But
No,
Wayne,
maybe you're right though, Jay. But it's more of like an album, like the way it's consumed now. Like you said, that has
The
some. Like,
consumerism's different.
if I know I'm going on a road trip, I can't wait to listen to. Like I'm going to listen to the whole, this whole Mobb Deep album. I can't wait to listen to it front to back, and whatever, like, blah blah blah, Iron Man and Cuban Links and shit
yeah.
like that. But maybe it's just not that way anymore because of the way it's consumed. To your point.
Well, Lil Wayne his appeal was he was a machine. He didn't stop. His punchlines were on point, and he had a new album every freaking 2 months, pretty much, with the little subgroups he had around and shit.
but he
didn't stop rap.
always said, "I'm the greatest rapper." He embedded, like he beat that into everybody's head. He said it all the time.
Like
And
T.I. you say, I'm the king of the
There
South.
you go. That's what I'm saying. And then it caught on. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And people started to embrace that.
And these are kids that
Right.
believe that Wayne is the greatest of all
Right.
time. You know what I'm saying? So they was coming up in that era.
There are kids, there are people now, 20, 28, 29, that think Wayne is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the time that they came along, right?
But he can't drop nothing new that's popping the. I'm just saying.
But just imagine if
That's
you heard
so odd, man.
if you heard the Carter 2 when you were 17 years old.
Right.
yeah.
Right. That's different. That hits different.
Yeah.
It's just different. And I think the societal thing, that's a big element of it.
Like the music that you heard when you first got your car,
Right.
or you were first out here, maybe going to little parties, or the music you heard when you were first dating that first
the culture
beautiful
around
girl.
it.
Like there's a whole
Yeah.
everything that surrounds your particular life and the life of your peers really shapes how you feel about music.
It's crazy. As crazy as it sounds.
Yeah, I agree to an extent, for sure.
I mean, but as crazy as it sounds, though, we're so far beyond, that, I don't know, we'll call it 21, 22-year-old. Like your point, Spoolz, about the Mobb Deep album, right? I'm getting ready to get in the car and go on a trip, whatever. I think it's what you said. Like there's a 21, 22-year-old kid that thinks the same way about a Trippie Redd album. Like I believe that. Like this is their time. So it's like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like I think there are like Prime example. You said Chief Keef. You can't tell me it's not kids or younger, 23, 24-year-old, 25-year-old kids that love Chief Keef. I'm talking about
when they talk about who the best rappers out of Chicago are,
what they say.
Common does not pop up on there.
Twister doesn't
Kanye
pop up.
on
None
there.
of them.
The people that end up on there are Chief Keef, 𝐷 Herbo,
Lil Reese.
You know, those are the people that end up on the list. And to us, that's foreign. It's like, why does that look like that?
Exactly.
And I think maybe it's that it's a different factor that's involved. Maybe it is a societal thing, and just when I think back to certain ages, I remember because I've been into hip hop a lot for a long time. I remember what was popular on the radio from high school into my early to mid 20s, but I also remember what I was listening to then too, and it wasn't what was on the radio.
Right.
I remember listening to Atmosphere and listening to MF Doom and listening to cats like that. So I think it's just kind of about what you're into, man.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I also remember.
I also listened to Jimi Hendrix when I was in high school.
Right.
So when I hear that, I think about high school.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just where you're at,
It's just where you're at.
Man.
But there is also, the way we look at, and this is going to sound crazy to the new old heads who listen to us, the way someone my age, I'm 42, listen to Raekwon or The Genius, that's how they listen to the Baby.
Right.
Well,
and it's not, but I have those memories of sitting playing Super Nintendo in my dorm room, and us going through the lyrics and listening to those records.
For sure.
And that's how those are the memories that they're building listening to the Baby.
Connected.
The difference between our generation and the newer generation, though, is the ease of access.
Yeah.
Like there was pretty much, it was like a ritual when you got new music when we was coming up.
Right.
So this is what you got. You unpackage it.
Yeah.
You put it in. As you put it in, you're kind of looking through the liner notes, seeing who did what, you know what I'm saying? Getting real familiar with the project. Versus today, I can log into either Google Play or Apple Music every Friday.
Yeah.
And see everything that just came out today.
Right.
And press play on everything.
That's how I make that list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's you don't have to be attached to anything. You just move the fuck on.
We spent so much more time
and money.
With money, and money. But we spent so much more time with albums back then. It's like, all right, let me borrow this. You want to swap this out? You know what I'm saying? and then you just spend time with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Dub it in your Discman or whatever, and you just rock with it. That's how there's so many songs from that era that you can just pull up and them backwards because you spent so much time with them. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think the societal / the music industry, the way it's changed and technology changed, I think has a major impact on this too.
Okay.
We went completely left on this whole conversation, but it's relevant, I think, because when we think about how much we value music now versus then, it's different. We can still say we appreciate it, but at the same time, we don't appreciate it the same way. When you think about buying an album for $12.99 that may have 11 songs on it, you're spending your money
hard earned.
That's $1 a song, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And now you can log on to Spotify that you don't even have to pay for, and now
you get those same 11 songs.
Yeah, and so for the same amount of streams, right? It's what, 800 streams.
You're not invested in it.
So
Think about the
there's no investment.
You guys, all of us have had this happen. The disappointment we've had buying an album from someone that we like or someone who was hyped up and then wind up being shitty.
Oh yeah, that sucks. That used to suck.
So that's
suck bad.
Not the same investment now.
It's
because you can just move the fuck on. Like, all right, that's just whack. Let me hear what else is out. But when you went out and actually spent your bread on that album and it was trash,
The Art of War.
it's like, come on, man.
Don't do that, man.
He don't like when that.
Don't
comes
do that.
up.
But at the same time, it also made us appreciate stuff. It
Yeah,
made us
definitely.
listen to stuff more than just
If
once.
somebody stole a CD or it came up missing, it was that hurts your heart.
But
That's partly too.
We
not
all
to
had
cut
to see
you
the
off.
books.
What made those albums classics is because when you actually spent that bread on it and it was really good. You know what I'm saying? You appreciated it a lot more versus It was just it was all right. I spent $10 on it. It was cool. I got about 3-4 songs out of it. But when you spend your bread and the album is jamming the whole way through, that's a good investment on your part. You felt good about that investment.
Positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
$26.99 Wu-Tang Forever, and I ain't bat an eye.
Yeah.
Somebody gave it to me.
Cracked it. See, he was pirate. He was a master pirate back then.
It took 2 days to download that album.
Man. I mean, but what we're highlighting is it's not about
with the high speed internet.
right, very very high. It's just evolution, man. Like it's just the way things have changed. Like I think this conversation is not a hating conversation. It's a conversation of just acknowledging change. Like
you gotta acknowledge change and realize too that there are still diamonds in the rough and there's still good music to be ingested. I mean, Mac Miller just dropped the album Posthumous that
I had that listed too. Circles, right?
He died. He would have been 28 this year.
Right.
So if you think about the work he put in up until he passed away, I mean, he dropped very good projects.
Facts.
And he consistently got better. Even if you didn't like early Mac Miller shit, he consistently got better.
Yeah. We watched that too. I was a Mac. We all Mac Miller fans for the most part, but I got a chance to see his evolution.
Yeah, so he's 28 years old.
Yeah.
The baby's 27.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're about the same age.
Thought he was way younger when I heard him.
No, he's like 27, 28.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, like he said, the society piece makes me think more because that's different. You know what I'm saying? Just how things are now as a whole and how that relates to music and, how things have changed. So
Lil Baby's actually pretty good.
See, I'm up on the Baby. I fool with Bop. I'm in on that, but I don't know Lil Baby.
Lil Baby actually, like flow wise, probably raps better than the Baby.
I'm gonna need these people to get better names though.
I mean,
something.
The Baby had a good year though.
He definitely
all the way across the board.
Great
he had
year.
a great year. Yeah.
Look, they play his music more in New York than they play it down south.
Look.
Yeah, he had a great year, man. That kid he did his thing this year.
He did
100%. Yeah, and that video, I love that video, man. For what's the single?
Suge.
Bop.
Suge, not Bop. Yeah, is it Suge? The one where they in the street and they.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
Bop.
That's Bop.
Oh,
Yeah, that
like
video
with the Jabberwockies.
There you go. Yeah, that video's cold.
Yeah.
So I be like his Kirk album, the one he dropped, with his pops on the cover and everything. Mm-hmm. Like when I listen to it, I'm like, my only knock on him is it gets repetitive from a rap style standpoint.
Well, his whole album is pretty much the same key.
That's what I'm talking about. But he can rap though. Like I know 100% that he can actually rap. So, it kept my attention. It's just it kind of got a little stale. That's all I would say. But no, man, that kid's got a bright future, man. I'd be curious to see what he comes out with next. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a hell of a year.
I laughed out loud when I watched Suge for the first time.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that kid's popular, man.
He like beating people up too, in real life.
That's what they say.
Yeah, apparently they got it coming though.
Well,
He actually
got it
killed
coming.
someone too in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Self-defense, Walmart. Yeah.
Bitch, I work
You
at
get
Walmart.
anything at Walmart.
Huh?
Get anything at Walmart.
Yep.
Yeah, man. They
Including
got,
getting murked.
yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody got killed at a Walmart here.
Word?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's happened
On the south side.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Ain't that about it?
It was some women who got into a fight. They had to get out of their rascals and put hands on each other.
Yeah. Put them paws on
It's in
each
Beach
other.
Grove.
I was about to say, it sounds like some Beach Grove shit.
Wow.
I think that's where somebody got killed, was that same Walmart.
But that was
Was
a
it?
Kroger.
I believe so.
Was it a
Oh
Kroger?
no, that was a Kroger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wow.
In the Grove.
That's tough.
Hell, made national news.
Yeah.
It was like somebody fighting somebody else with the kids just staring at them. It was horrible.
Unbelievable. Side note:
Yes, sir.
did you guys see? It was a wrestling match,
Wrestling?
like a high school wrestling match,
Okay.
and this kid picked this other dude up and like suplexed him on his head, like that's illegal. The dad of the dude who got suplexed ran out onto the
heard
mat
about
and like
that.
charged him.
Oh, I
and,
saw
like
that.
tackled this kid.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I
was
did not
wild.
see
Heard
that.
about that.
Yeah.
I was
This
thinking
just a few
I saw
days ago.
something else, but yeah, no.
Man, you can mess
I ain't
somebody
mad
up.
at him,
You can
though.
mess somebody up that way, man. Like to
I
his
ain't
point
mad
about
at
it
him.
being
Shit.
illegal.
You done slammed his boy on his neck.
Man.
Shit, Dr. Dre's brother died from being slammed on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Take that.
No, I ain't trying to take
we
that.
ain't want to take that. Now that's crazy, man. You got to
Take
pull
that
that one up.
suplex. Yeah.
You got to pull that one up
I put
once
her
we
in a
get
duplex.
finished.
It wasn't his stepdad that ran out there. It was real pappy.
See, you was doing so well. You were doing so well. Go ahead, Spoolz. I'm sorry.
Oh, last thing I want to say was, man, shout out to DeLonte West, man. I hope he gets
Yes.
help
Oh, yeah,
and he
that's-
gets better, man.
Yeah, because
they're
apparently
bad.
it's schizophrenia, and like that's like people like to make jokes about mental health.
There's
but,
nothing funny about that video.
You know,
He
when-
looked like he was in some other place.
Yeah, there's nothing
and that's
funny
that's
about
what
that.
being a schizophrenic is like literally you have no control, and
Somebody released. There was a statement. Well, not a statement, but there's a story that's floating around that says, I think Rich Paul and LeBron, all those guys are trying to get him to LA, try to get him some help. So if that story is true, that's extremely dope considering their situation and their history.
allegedly.
But somebody, I like anybody that looks out, I think that would be like the players in the league. Like, look out for him, man.
I think at
'cause
this point,
that-
a
I
lot
think
of
that would be
people
dope.
have probably come forward to lend a helping hand.
Yeah.
I know
I mean,
Jameer
especially
Nelson
to
did.
see a fall from grace like that, because I mean, he was a millionaire at one point.
And him
I
and
don't
Jameer
know.
are tight. They real tight.
Yeah, they went to St. Joe's.
Yeah, St. Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made like $16 million in his career or something.
Is he
like that.
still? Did he
They went to
squander all his
college
money?
together.
That
Well,
I
who
do not
knows?
know.
Who knows? Because it doesn't matter about the amount of money he's made. If you are literally not right and you're not getting the help you need,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how much money you have.
Yeah.
Right, but the reason why I asked that is because if he's out there bad like that,
He could
and
still
he
have
doesn't
all his
have
money,
somebody that
and it doesn't, you know.
what I'm trying to get at though is not necessarily having the money, but there had to be some circle he was in, or
the homies.
like a family
Okay.
pieces here and there
People distance
that
themselves
should
from
have, or you would think,
Try to intervene or something.
either try to intervene or they either wiped him out and left him for broke type shit.
That doesn't
Considering his
the
state of mind.
the wiped him out doesn't seem far fetched at all, in my opinion. Based off, like just trying to take advantage of somebody. Like I could see that happening. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see that happening. But not to say it did, but just based off what you described. Like,
I'm just wondering because I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, he made millions,
yeah.
and like you say, he's schizophrenic or
Yeah.
whatever right now, and I don't know. It's just
I hope some
hard
of
for me to comprehend.
I hope some of the guys, like we all said, some of the guys from the league, just try to get to him, get him somewhere safe, try to get him some help, get him back on his feet. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, when I saw that, there's nothing funny about that at all. That was very serious.
So on music news,
I mean,
So aside from Eminem, there was the
talked about circles.
Circles from Mac Miller.
when did we talk about that?
Hey, didn't you mention circles?
I did.
Didn't I mention that?
You mentioned it. We didn't talk
we
about
didn't
it.
talk about it, but I mentioned it.
I mean, close enough.
Did you guys like it?
No,
I didn't listen to it, so I still got to listen to
Did
it.
you guys like it? Those who listen, I haven't listened to
Yeah,
it
it was
yet
good.
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean.
gotta-
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah,
Did
I
you?
did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did like it. Yeah. It was a good posthumous.
I mean, he's
Album
dope,
from
so
him,
I expect it to be cold. Like,
I liked it a little bit more in Swimming, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Production? Good production?
I don't know.
That's why I said yeah like that. I don't
It was I need to listen to it again.
Okay.
But
No, it's good though.
I wasn't in love with Swimming though.
Oh, okay. I like swimming. Yeah.
I thought Swimming was dope. The
Yeah,
only
me
thing
too.
that fucked me up on Swimming is how he passed away, and then
Right.
shit sounds weird then.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only thing that
It's
kind
same
of did
with-
that to me. But
same
like,
with Victory Lap.
yeah, his new album sounds good though. Sonically, it doesn't sound like something that they pieced together.
I bet he produced the majority of it. So I hadn't looked at the
It's
credits,
probably
but-
stuff that he's been sitting on. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like it was manufactured without
It was made by
key pieces of him.
It was produced by some guy.
Oh, he wasn't. I know he produced a lot.
Somebody put it together.
Okay.
I
okay.
think, but he was working on it when he died. Apparently.
Talented dude, man.
Doesn't sound like it's punched though. You know how
Yeah.
some
It
posthumous
sounds like it's an
stuff
album. Yeah.
sounds like they snuck some shit in. and-
Gangstar.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Still came out
The
pretty
Husk
good, though.
Kingpin album's good as well. I listened to that. End of a Decade.
Dope.
Dope project.
I didn't get a chance to listen.
I still
to
gotta
that.
peep that one. Yeah.
Yep, the Professionals, Madlib and Ono dropped their collaborative project.
What you think?
It's good.
Solid? Good?
Yeah, it's real good.
Well, I know Mad. You know, I know
need to
what comes
listen
with
to
that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
really
gotta- I
good.
gotta check that one out.
Raekwon dropped a 3-track EP called Apparition or something. Or
Listen to
Redman
some of
dropped
that.
a 3-track
it's okay.
LP like the week before.
That first joint on that Raekwon Go, I listened to it. I like the first
okay.
two. I think he's still sharp. You know what I'm saying? You could tell the production and the from a hook standpoint, it's got the update chip, if you will, but he's still Ray though. He's still in the pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for the ones that I heard. So I'd be curious to see if this is
agree.
prequel to something. I don't know. He might be getting ready to drop.
And there
almost.
were a couple other ones too, but it's all good.
All right.
It was a big week.
Yeah.
Was.
Well, I think that'll do it for this episode. Remember, make sure that you go to YouTube and subscribe, Bringing Down the Band. Make sure you get the notification, hit the notification bell for everything that we do so you can stay in the loop. For the entire crew, I am Major 7th, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.
In a minute.
Peace.